Hey Divine Mommies, welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal Divine Queen and this is my indigenous lifestyle. I help black women and mothers to create the birth experience that they truly desire, and I also support them with their postpartum adventures. And I do all of that by providing doula services, as well as using this YouTube channel and providing ebooks, blogs, and packages on my website, myindigenousLifestyle.com. I also provide affirmations and tips on my Instagram page too, but enough about me. Today I came to share with you guys about what all goes into planting your placenta, okay? I'm going to plant my placenta. My son is 2 years old and the placenta has been in my deep freezer for 2 years now, 2 years and some change. And I'm going to just go ahead and plant the placenta because at this point there isn't really much that I can do with it. Now there's lots of things that you can do with your placenta, but you have to be prepared and you have to plan ahead. Obviously I was not prepared and I didn't really plan ahead, so it just ended up staying in my freezer for the past 2 years. And apparently this is something that happens to a lot of women because we don't want to just throw our placenta away, but we also don't really know what to do with it. We're not really sure if we want to put it in capsules or eat it, or I mean it's just so many stuff you can do. There's artwork that you can make from it. I've even seen a woman offer a service where she turns your placenta into a picture frame and they look really nice. Here I am getting ready to plant my placenta, but before I show you guys that will be a vlog coming soon. Right now, I'm going to just give you guys a little bit of background information on what goes into planting a placenta in case you may have a placenta in your freezer too and you don't know what to do with it. So let's get into it. Alright, planting your placenta. The first thing you have to know is your location. Where are you going to plant your placenta? Are you going to plant it in the ground? Are you going to plant it in a pot? Do you even have ground or land to plant it in? A lot of people don't have a place. Maybe they live like in an apartments complex and there's not really space to do that, or it's obviously not a permanent location. Now, if you are going to plant your tree in a pot, you want to make sure that your pot is tall, anywhere from 40 to 60 centimeters tall, and you're going to need a lot of room for your plant to grow, the roots obviously, and you probably want to pick a pot that is plastic because those are pretty easy to transfer into the ground when that time comes. Lastly, with a pot, you want to make sure that it has drainage holes. And whether it's going to be in the ground or in a pot, you want to make sure that you pick a location or put it in a spot in your house that is going to give it plenty of sunlight. Okay, so those are the things you need to know about the location. Now you need to select a tree. And one of the things that you need to do or consider when selecting a tree is the season. What season are you in when you are planting this tree? Do you want an all year round tree? Do you want a tree that has low maintenance? Fruit trees are really popular for planting placentas as well. So select a tree and just take into consideration what all goes into, you know, maintaining the life of that tree. Once you have your location and your tree, it's time to plant the placenta. So if your placenta is frozen like mine will be, you're going to have to thaw it out, and you're going to want to thaw it out in the refrigerator for a day or two, and then go ahead and proceed to put it into the ground. Now, when you dig your hole in the ground, make sure that your hole is very deep because you don't want animals to dig it up and mess with it. If you're going to plant your placenta into a pot, then make sure that you have a layer of soil, then the placenta, then another layer of soil along with organic fertilizer on top. And make it special. Once you plant your tree and it's all done in the ground or in the pot, do something ceremonial, you know. Read a poem, sing a song, recap your birth story. You know, of course, if your baby is old enough, let your baby help you plant it and explain to them how magical and mystical this tree is. You could even explain the connection that the tree has to you and your baby. Take pictures, light candles, do whatever makes you feel good. But this is a ceremony to kind of honor the placenta and what it did for you and your baby when it was inside of your body. Once your placenta tree is all planted, now you just need to take care of it and make sure that it doesn't die. So water it as soon as you plant it, and then 2-3 times a week the first week afterwards, and then after that you should probably water it once a week. But again, you know, do your research on your tree and make sure that you know exactly what that tree needs to sustain life. I do know that if it's a potted tree, it is going to require more water, and you will have to replace the top layer of soil every now and then. So that is pretty much all there is to it. The whole purpose of planting a placenta tree is because it is a way to honor the birth experience that you had. It's also a way to create a living memory of that experience. It can be a special gift for the child, and it is an alternative to consuming the placenta. In ancient times, the placenta was often seen as the baby's spirit guide, and it was known to help the baby navigate through the birth. So after the birth experience has finished, planting the placenta is a way of returning it to the earth and connecting it back to the earth after death. It has also been seen as a sacred connector of the child to their birthplace or their heritage. And in ancient times, it had also been known to bestow blessings upon the child, even protect the child's future. And in some cases in ancient times, people would often bury something along with the placenta that was some type of symbol or representation of what the future's life purpose of that child is. Now, going back to picking a tree, earlier I said that fruit trees are the most popular, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pick a fruit tree, okay? Different trees have different symbolisms, and I'm not going to name them all, but I am going to put it right here for you guys so you can pause the video and read through and maybe jot down which symbolisms would mean something to you, okay? And also keep in mind that when you're picking a tree, you always want to, you know, be mindful of the season that you are planting your tree in and your climate. Is your climate conducive to the type of tree that you want to plant? Those two factors are very important. But trees overall can represent physical and spiritual nourishment, transformation, unity, even fertility, and it can also represent the balance between the masculine and feminine aspects of our world. And I just want to clear up something that might be a little confusing for you, because it was a little confusing to me. But when you bury the placenta, you want to bury the placenta first and then bury soil or dirt on top of it before you actually bury the tree. And this is because you want to give the placenta time to decompose into the earth before the roots reach down there, okay? Because the roots could reach down to the placenta and they could die along with the placenta. So when I was doing my research on planting placenta, I saw a lot of stories where people say, you know, I've been planting trees and they just keep dying, or, you know, this is like a whole section of my yard that just won't grow, and, you know, that probably plays a factor into it. And also I wanted to say that so that it could kind of clear up the misconception that you are turning the placenta into a tree, okay? That's not really necessarily true, because the placenta is already dead upon, you know, burying it, whether you're waiting a few weeks or a couple of years like I am. The placenta has already died. It's already served its life's purpose. So we are returning it to the earth by planting it into the ground, because we are connected with the earth. We are all one. We are all made up of the same matter and physical energy. So burying the placenta is a way of just, giving back to the earth. Okay, so be on the lookout, guys, for my planting a placenta vlog. I'm going to start on that pretty soon. I just have to figure out what tree I want to do. That's really the only holdup. So as soon as I figure out what tree is conducive to my climate area, then I will get started on the vlog. But until then, go ahead and browse my channel. I'm sure you'll find some more videos that resonate with you, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, peace.